Super Mario All-Stars was a great compilation of Super Mario Bros. 1 through 3, plus the Japanese-only version of Super Mario Bros. 2 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. However, like pretty much every single Mario game ever, it was not released on a Sega console. Unless, of course, you had access to Chinese bootleggers, in which case, yes, it was released on Sega Genesis. But is this version of the classic Super Mario Bros. Any good? Well, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stuff We Play, your source for everything weird, adventurous, and retro. And if that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? Now, today's game is certainly retro, and it's certainly very weird, and maybe even a little bit adventurous. Come on, let's jump right in. Now, there's no story whatsoever. I mean, I guess the prince is kidnapped. Now, despite being called Mario All-Stars and quickly Mario 1, upon starting the game, you realize that the level design is ripped straight out of Super Mario Bros. 2, the Japanese version. From there, the level seems to be a mishmash of Mario 2 for the Famicom and the original Super Mario Bros., of course in 16 bits. Now, instead of having worlds broken into levels, you have levels that are broken into 3 sections, usually involving different terrain. Instead of a flagpole or anything at the end, you just get a random freeze frame and a fade to black. Now, instead of jumping on enemies and crushing them with your massive weight like Mario usually does, in this game, you lift and throw boxes. I guess it takes more of a cue from Super Mario Bros. USA or the American Super Mario Bros. 2 in that regard, but really, boxes? I guess plumbing, being a doctor, working on a wrecking crew, and being a construction worker wasn't working out for Mario, so he became a delivery boy. A very angry delivery boy. Yeah, you can't jump on enemies at all. Doing so will in fact hurt you. Also, strangely enough though, you can jump through solid blocks. Kind of. If you see a bunch stacked on top of each other overhead, you can jump through them, but you'll sink through them like quicksand. It makes certain areas such as the passages and the fortress stages an absolute breeze. So how does Mario control? Mario's jump seems a little off. It seems to be a bit stiffer than it usually is. However, his mid-air control is decent enough. So you go through the first level and then you reach Bowser. Now, Mario has a special weapon at his disposal. You see those little fist icons? Each one of those represents a fireball. I don't mean like a regular fireball, I mean like a Hadouken. So in this Bowser boss fight, boxes fall from the ceiling and you have to go grab them and throw them at him, or shoot your fireballs at him. And after 10 hits, he's dead. What happens after that? More of the same. Another overworld area, another underground section, another castle section, and then the exact same Bowser fight again. I gotta be honest, this boss was a bit challenging the first time, but the second time through, he's really a cakewalk. So what's next? An underwater level? Maybe a desert level? And oh, from the looks of it, it seems we've gone from the Mushroom Kingdom to the Shroom Kingdom. Yes, instead of having your usual Goombas and Koopas like you do in a regular Mario level, this level here seems to have things like these monkeys in a barrel and Snake Pass. Also, this level, man, this is so much meaner. Platforming seems a bit touchier. There's some boxes that are right next to platforms that you can jump on, and there's some boxes that are placed right in front of enemies. So after going through Psychedelic Land, you finally reach the boss, and it's the Piggly Wiggly. Okay, I know no one's gonna get that reference. He seems to be a lot more aggressive than Bowser was. So you defeat the Piggly Wiggly, and you get on to the next level, and it's not very good. First off, for some reason, the frame rate just craps itself here. But this level is just very glitchy. There are these little mole-like enemies that pop up out of the ground. Other times you have platforms that you can't actually stand on. And honestly, the frame rate was giving me a headache, so I just gave up at that point. I don't know what I was expecting when I heard there was a bootleg Super Mario All-Stars for the Sega Genesis, and I can't really say whether this lived up to my non-existent expectations or not. I honestly can't recommend this game, but who knows, maybe if you've played it, you feel differently. So if you've played it, comment your opinions on it down below, and if you haven't played it, why don't you leave your recommendations for really odd games for me to check out in future episodes down in the comments below. While you're at it, why don't you subscribe for more great content. So with that, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you next time.